Sometimes when I'm in my room, I get mad at my mom.
You can help the world, okay? If you want to help the world, you can help the world, okay? If you want to help the world, you can help the world, okay?
What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Pull-Up Experience. We have another great edition for y'all. Episode 163, and we got my girl, Ashley. Don't forget the B, the spiritual godmother of the hood. I appreciate you tonight, Ashley. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
You doing good? You doing good?
Yeah.
And it's been a long overdue episode, you know what I'm saying? So we appreciate you coming on with us today or whatnot. So we thank you.
Thank you.
No, so listen, as you know, let's start from the beginning. Where's your hood?
Yeah, we got right into it.
Yeah, we got right into it. Let's get right into it.
All right, so before we get into it, I brought something for you, okay?
You brought something for me?
Yeah, I brought something for you.
Oh, man.
So, I'm Ashley B. Please don't forget the B.
Don't forget the B.
All right, so I brought this for you. I want to take it out because I feel like if I give it to you, you'll know what it is. But this got to be part of our show. All right, matter of fact, I want you to take it out.
Okay,
we got to use that. That would make your show great. Okay, so. Yeah, we gotta use that.
Ashley, come on now.
Let's get started.
Come on, man.
You celebrate Christmas?
Man, yes, thank you. Right. Oh, come on, y'all. Oh, snap.
Tell me if it sound like the one that you had before. A little bit.
That's better. Oh.
It's short, it gets straight to the
yes, come on.
Okay,
come on,
so
man.
So no, I really wanted to get that for you. So
Ashley, come on now. That bring a tear to my eye. Cause that, you know what?
He was crying before I came, and he was listening to Drake. He was listening to Drake when he pulled it up. So let's not get okay. But no.
No. Listen. Hey. Come on, man. Ash, that's what I'm talking about. You know what? I appreciate it. Cause you know what? You watch this joint, man.
I do watch it.
Oh my goodness. This made my day right here. This made my day.
That made me feel good because I wanted to make you feel happy. That's what made me feel happy.
Thank you, because you know what I'm saying. The other one was real long. You know
it was long.
It was long as
but
hell.
it made the show pop. So yeah.
Come on, Ash. Ash is my favorite guest. I said it. I
manifested it. I knew you was gonna say this. But no, before we start, like, what happened to the last one? I really want to know.
Last one, I think they threw out the window. So I can't.
Somebody was hating.
Yeah.
Somebody really
but
did.
This right here. Ash,
all right, so let's get started. Yep.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's what I'm talking about. I'm sorry. Let's get right to it, y'all. But like I said, so let's talk about your hood. What part of Cleveland do you represent?
Where's my hood at? The first thing that comes to my mind is Lee and Harvard.
Lee and Harvard, okay.
But I've been living. I was born in Georgia, Fort Story, Georgia. So I'm not from there, but that's where I was born. Hood, like, what you mean your hood? Like, what you got connections with?
I mean, when so you know what I'm saying? Because like I know, growing up, we lived all over Cleveland, right? But when I think about places like that, I say. This is where I grew up at.
Nostalgia.
Yep. When you think back, like, okay, this is where this is it right here.
Yeah. All right. So let me see. My nostalgia. Where my hood at? The first place I can think of. I know I was born in Georgia, Fort Story, Georgia. My mother was in the Army. Lee and Harvard. That's where I own a house at right now. I went to L.A. Stevenson.
Okay.
So
shout out L.A. Stevenson.
L.A. Stevenson. It ain't the old L.A. Stevenson no more. Let's see, my hood, where I can remember, my hood. I did go to Honor Way, all the way up to Shaker Middle School, so we stayed on the borderline.
Yeah.
So we was those kids that we only went to Shaker because we stayed on the borderline. Our parents they didn't have no money, single parents and shit like that. So that was a beautiful experience. So I would say Shaker, borderline Shaker.
Okay.
04. Let's see, I moved to Bedford. I'm going to say that's too much of my hood, but I did go to high school in Bedford.
So you got a little bit of mixture of heights in the hood, you know what I'm saying? Because anyone up in Cleveland is made up of different aspects, right? We got the hood, got the heights, got up the way, down the way. And once again, it's split up, but once again, it makes great people like Ashley or whatnot. So that's what's up. So let's talk about this growing up. Because I the great person that you are today, let's talk about how that cultivated. You know what I'm saying? Because certain experiences, certain things you went through made you who you are today. Let's talk about some of those experiences.
That's a deep question. That's like where do I start at? Like, you know, like what do you really want to know? Like,
okay, let's talk about the definite points. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you watch certain movies, they got certain points that were critical to this person's development. What were those points for you? I had the hard questions for you, Ashley. I said I'm coming my journalistic skills for you.
No, you got that's a good. It's actually a good question. I'm really actually thinking.
Yeah.
I don't care to get too personal, but it's like really, what do I remember? The first thing, like what comes to my mind. What makes me me? I would say being the oldest child of 3, living with a single parent mother.
Yeah.
That's what made me who I am. I learned a lot from that situation. What makes me me? What makes me me?
Because you are a unique personality. Like you know what I'm saying. You just ooze with, you know what I'm saying, positivity, with greatness. You know what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure I've had obstacles like any of us that try to, you know what I'm saying, bring you down. But despite all that, you still became you. You know what I'm saying. That's
a lot.
I know, right. It's a lot to unpack. My bad. I came with the hard questions tonight.
What makes me me? Like, I feel like I'm a very true, kind-hearted person.
Absolutely.
So I used to get bullied when I was younger, and I'm really trying to think like what makes me me. Like, I feel like what makes you you, and as I'm answering the question, is things that you had to go to get through.
Yeah.
So things that I had to get through was being confident. So being bullied, not having self-worth. Let me see, learning some of my skills, my talents, drawing. That's something that I learned in one of the schools I went to in Shaker, and that's why education. We're going to talk about education because that's very important, that I feel like every child should go through to identify something that they're good at. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Having children, having children. Right. I feel like a lot of it has to do with relationship building and knowing who I am. So I don't know if I'm answering your question, but
listen, no. You answered it perfect because and I love how you said it because I feel like because your name rings bells in the city, by the way. You know
I want to know why my name rings bells in the city.
No, it does. When I say Ashley B, you know what I'm saying? People like, man, I know Ashley B. You know what I'm saying? Positively good time.
They don't know Ashley B.
Well, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think they know Ashley B.
What I'm saying, the parts that know of you all have always been good stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's always been positive stuff. That's what I'm saying.
I agree. Yeah, the energy. My energy is definitely very authentic. It's always loving and nurturing. You know, that's something that who makes me who I am. You learn that everybody doesn't have the same principles and mindset and heart like you do. So I could explain a lot of situations and stories, but we'll be here all day.
No, I got you. Okay, let's get into, you know what I'm saying, what makes you. I'm sorry. So I want to get into childcare, but I feel like childcare was only a part of your story or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Because once again, I know about me. I love my kids, but I can't deal with other people's kids. You know what I'm saying? That's just me.
I can't do with some people kids either. No, for real. So that's what you like. I'm a mother, so I love children. I love really our children. I love all children. I don't give a who you. I love all children. But something about our children are special. Even if they get on your nerves, like I don't know, it's a connection. I feel like we all have a connection with children because we all have been children before. And you're gonna resonate with every child differently. And some children, you probably like, I don't like you for real. And it's been kids like even in my own kids, like I don't like you for real. I don't like that part of you. But I just love children because it's just the energy that they just dope. Like they so real and. I don't know, the children I be around or the children y'all be around. But when I connect with children, I feel safe around children. I feel safe around children. I feel like children, they don't hold nothing back. Like, I don't know, I just feel like they got a different energy that adults have. And I feel like a lot of that energy that's not there no more is because how we had to go through life. So I'm very passionate on us making sure that we focus on the children now to make sure they don't have to go, like everybody gonna go through shit. Like that's just life. Everybody's gonna have to go through something. But to eliminate as much as possible. And it's so broad. I'm not even being specific right now. Like certain things I feel like children shouldn't have to go through. And we have to protect the children. Like we gotta protect the children. So
Absolutely. And
maybe you should label it "Protect the Children."
Protect the children. No, that's a tight episode. So no, and this is my opinion. This is solely my opinion. I feel like certain people are graced to deal with grace to deal with certain things. Like I said, once again, I love children. I like I'm not gonna say leave kids at home or nothing like that. No, I get you saying or whatnot. Once again, I feel like to be able to have an influence, have an impact, and be able to cultivate kids, you gotta have a certain spirit about this.
You do.
You know
Yes,
what I'm
you
saying?
do. Yes, you
and
do.
you have that. You know
yes,
what I'm saying?
You do. I definitely got that. Yes.
Absolutely. And that's what I mean. So that's what I mean. Like, is that something is that something that you're born with, or something that you get over time? You know what I'm saying? In my opinion,
it could be both. Initially, you're born with it.
Yeah.
Right? You just have that passion. It's your spirit. Something that you can connect with. And I feel like it's just based off of your experiences. And I feel like whatever you're passionate about advocating for, like I advocate for having a quality living a life for children. I feel like that's just all things. So yes, I am very passionate about it. What was the question again?
No.
What was the question again?
Like I said, I feel like some people are born with it, and some people, you know what I'm saying? Because they teach in school. You know what I'm saying? Like you go to school to be a teacher, right? They teach you the finer points of how to teach kids, but once again, to have a heart for the kid, to have the right spirit for the kid, I feel like that's something you're born with. You know what I'm saying? Because they can teach you how to teach all day. But to be able to have the impact, influence over the kids, it takes a whole different aspect of who you are as a person.
It's both. You gotta be born with it, and you gotta have the spirit to do it. So absolutely.
So that's what I mean. So where did that stem from? Because like, were you growing up? Because I like my sisters, like they were always with the kids. You know what I'm saying? They just had that mama mentality or whatnot. Was that the same for you, or is it just something, once again, you just seen something growing up and it just stuck with you? Like, I gotta help the kids out, or I gotta be there for the kids going forward.
I don't think it's just the kids. I feel like that's just what's most important to me right now. But it's always been wanting to help people, wanting to be kind to people. That just, I feel like wanting to advocate for children came for me from my own experience, just really going through that process, because you don't really, like, I feel like you're born with it, but you don't know during that process, like. You don't know the end result of no process until you're done with the process. So I feel like it was already in me. And I say that because I remember times when, I don't know, I just know I was a real nice person. I was a real kind person. Let me see, helping kids. Like, if I learned something, I would teach them. I always had that vision of me back when I was younger, and that's when I was going to Shaker, and helping the kids in those apartments, in Livingston apartments, okay? We was definitely on the borderline, and just helping certain kids, things that I learned, and I wanted to teach them to make sure they knew it. So I feel like it's just the energy, it's just always, it's always been in me. I could go fast forward all the way to me having children, like, being, maybe that's where and I don't know, I'm just sitting here thinking about, like, when did I start, like, wanting to pursue that journey. And I feel like I'm all over the place right now.
You are good. Listen,
because there's a lot of things that I really can, like, maybe, okay, I remember when I pursued going to college, right? And I went to Lakeland, and it was cool. And I had my what's the class? Sociology class. And I learned so much, like they talk about the disconnect or the inequalities in certain communities and poor neighborhoods, and it's in a book, like, it was normal, and it wasn't like it was normal to them. Like, I don't know, like certain things, like this is normal to y'all, or this doesn't shock y'all, or I wasn't taught. I don't know. I just don't. I feel like growing up, I didn't really witness, like, all the stuff that we witnessing now, like the stuff that we advocating for, or we start businesses for, especially nonprofit organizations. I didn't see that really growing up. So I will say, like, when I had kids, just knowing, going to their schools, like my son, like, I feel like I have 3 children. I'm a mother, okay? I have 3 children. I have a 16-year-old, I have a 15-year-old, and I have a 5-year-old. And just being a single mother and going to their schools and seeing, like, especially my son, like, I used to get called from kindergarten, getting called to my son's school because he used to get in trouble all the time. Like, but the stuff that they was calling about wasn't really that serious to me. So I feel like just that starting that journey of my kids going to school, especially my son, and like every school, like he went to School of Arts, then he moved to Euclid, then we went to Painesville, and then it's like every school he went to, he would get in trouble. So I feel like that was something that I wanted to. That's what made me go into advocating for children, because I noticed that he wasn't really getting no help. He was just getting in trouble. I don't know. It was just, I don't know. They would just call me about stupid stuff that he would do that I feel like wasn't that serious for him to be getting in trouble for. So I don't know. Just going off of that and just going inside my kids' classrooms and just seeing what they was learning. Yeah. They were bored. They were. I don't know. So.
And you know what's so funny you said, because I feel like when it comes to people of other cultures, when it comes to us, they don't know how to, not saying handle, but they don't know how to interact with us in certain aspects, you know what I'm saying? Because like my son, same ordeal. My son was so smart, he would get done with his work, and then he would bother the kids, right? But because the teacher was Caucasian, she thought something quote unquote happened at home, and it wasn't even that. It's because he was done with his work and with his
advanced.
Exactly. And because once again she can't realize that she labeled him as a troublesome kid.
What school did he go to?
Euclid.
So I feel like the schools where they go to schools that determine a lot of their outcome and stuff. Some would say like your son go to Euclid, they probably got more opportunities and advantages, and maybe they do. I just feel like the schools in their inner city, and I ain't gonna say I haven't been to all schools, because you just told me one school was a trade school, and hopefully they actually are teaching them how, if they are interested in being in trade, to how to create that for they, for their future.
Yeah.
But I just feel like the schools I go into, like, I don't even want to call them a school. Like, what's the definition of a school? Like,
no,
I feel like it's not a safe environment. I don't feel like they're really learning nothing that is beneficial to them. I don't feel like they're learning who they are. I feel like we repeating another cycle over and over of children that don't know the bare basics or minimums to create a quality living of life or a sustainable life. Like,
that's good.
Don't we hear that all the time? Like, schools create. Okay, you felt that. All right, I'm glad you felt that.
Yeah, no, because that's real. Because like I post about all the time, but I say, you know what I'm saying? We don't know what taxes. We don't know about real estate. We don't know about the fundamental things that we need to learn as adults. That's going to impact us later on. Like, I can't tell you when I ever have used an equation to figure out something in real life. You know what I'm saying?
But I said we keep saying this shit, but then we keep sending our kids to these schools. Yeah. Like, I feel like that's what bothers me. Like, it's like, what are we, like, for me, for what I stand for is like, what do we do next? How do we create that infrastructure where we not keep setting them up for failure? We're not like, I understand why they send their kids to school. For some people, a lot of us is in survival mode. I was in survival mode, so I ain't judging nobody. I had my first child when I was 19 years old. It was the apple that didn't fall too far from the tree. Like, my mother sent us to schools and relied on them to teach us something that was going to help us in the future. What? No, they did not. And not even to blame it on the schools, like the parents. I feel like that's where I need to focus at, or we need to focus on those who understand that education is really what controls like everything, like for real, for the most part. How can we make sure that, because we can't help every kid. Like, you can't help, like, start off in your own household and your own family. But as far as the collective, like, I think of on a bigger picture. Like, I feel like we are going in the wrong direction again. Like, when it comes to education, like, I go in these schools, the kids don't even like the schools. They don't even like the teachers. We got good teachers, and they got teachers that shouldn't even be fucking teachers. You know what I'm saying? Inside these buildings. I don't know. I feel like if somebody who's listening to me right now, like, oh, she's angry, and maybe you're not, but go inside one of these schools. Like, our new CEO, like, I really want to know, is he going into all the schools and really seeing how the schools are being functioning, like how they are being operated. And I don't know if he is not like upset or pissed off or want to, make some changes, then he might not be the right person and see for the CEO. And my focus is on Cleveland public school system.
So we were on the same age. I remember Barbara Bird Bennett.
Who?
Barbara Burbank. You remember
I
Barbara
don't know
Burbank?
who that is.
So she was the CEO when we went to school, right?
Of the schools?
And I remember that even back then they were telling us about how standardized testing, you know what I'm saying, as we all know, you know what I'm saying, how they prepare you to quote unquote take these tests, and it all school does, I feel like in my opinion, sets us up to be great employees or great followers.
Right, exactly. That's what I meant. And that's go back to when I was in my sociology class. Like, they even break down, like, the education system, like, how it's whitewashed or white, like, favor for white people to understand the terminology or the language that they're using in these tests and in these books. Like, you could go so deep into the education system. We'd be here all day talking about all that. Like, I feel like it needs to be changed for us to have a better future.
But I love your advocate for change, though. You know what I'm saying? To be able to challenge that, because once again, if no one challenges, it's gonna stay the same, right? No change can happen if no one challenges that. You know?
Yeah.
And I like your aspect of, once again, having an alternate view, and let's create a curriculum that helps kids get ready for real life. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like it's very important for kids to understand who they are as a person, understand their emotion, understand their mental before learning algebra and arithmetic and all these things that are good things. I'm not taking away from that. But once again, I can tell you as a grown adult man, I wish I learned some of these things early on in life to help me better prepare me for this thing we call life.
I didn't learn nothing that helped me in this day called life. Maybe like relationships, like being around people that I don't like, and I think you learn that growing up too. Like, you're gonna be around people that you're not gonna like. But me personally, I just speak for myself. Maybe somebody had a great childhood and a great education. I don't know, what do that look like? Write it in the comments below. What does a good education system look like? Do you believe it's a good? And I don't know if I'm supposed to ask questions.
Listen.
But do you believe, like, private schools and how we say the white schools? Do you feel like they have a better advantage, or it's better where they at?
So I personally have had the pleasure of having my kids go to Euclid schools, where it's supposed to be a better school system, and I've had the honor of sitting in on a couple classes where was the university schools where they're supposed to be higher learning. My thing is this: the schools only teach so much, but this is where I challenge parents, right? Because where the school lack at is for you to pick up the mantle to be able to teach the other aspects, right? And I feel like that's where we come in as adults, as parents, to be like, okay, I didn't learn as a kid at so and so age. I'm going to take it upon myself to teach my kids everything I didn't learn growing up. And I know some people aren't equipped for that because they like, I haven't even learned those things, and that's cool. But I feel like that's not an excuse either. You know what I'm saying? Because the school can only do so much. But and then I learned there's charter schools too. You know, my daughter, she went to a Masonic school, and that had a different curriculum, but at the same time, that failed there also. As far as, so they didn't have any grades. They did it according to what your learning skill was at, right? So according to what they determined, my daughter was behind a grade in her skill set. When in all reality, that wasn't the case, because the curriculum was a little bit different from a normal school she had been used to. So because of that resulted in her going forward in school. When we took another school, because they had not done their part, she was behind, lacking in a certain aspect, right? So all that I have to say is that you can put your kid in charter school, Masonic school, whatever school, right? I feel like at the end of the day, the school is never going to do what needs to be done.
And I feel like it's deeper than the schools. Like, we send our kids to the schools, so we're going to send these kids to the schools. We got to make sure the education is right. But I don't feel like we should be sending them to those schools. I feel like, I mean, and it's so hard because our communities is not in that, it's just not designed like that right now, where we have a village. We could create a village. We could have to sit at the table and try to figure out what that looks like, but that's what's needed is a village. But it's real deep. It's more deeper than schools. It's really the principles inside the household. So if we really want to talk about like the quality living of our future and our children, we need to focus on how. And then it get deeper than that, because it's not just the household. It's really yourself.
That's good.
So that's really what I focus with the children. Like, at least know who you are.
Yeah.
Like, you need to be taught who you are. And I do some things with children. I don't know if you know already. I'm into astrology. I love birth charts. I believe in birth charts. I feel like they're roadmaps. Whatever your belief system is that help you stay connected to your higher self and know who you are, your most authentic self, please keep continuing to do that. But I feel like we have to teach these skills, like personality tests, like just knowing more about who you are and how you react to things. I feel like knowledge itself is key. So
no, absolutely, and I agree 100% because once again, I might know how to balance a checkbook, but when it comes to learning who I was as a man, I didn't learn that until late into my 30s. You know.
We still learning.
And we still learn. Exactly. But imagine if you learn early on how, let's say how further off you'll be, but how it will equip you once again to handle a thing called life. I feel like a lot of people are set back in life because they might know how to make money, but if their character or integrity is in place, exactly, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a big thing right there. Exactly. That's why we don't have no trust in our communities. But it's really, just having a health, like a stable household, the father, the mother, and then just something, an energy that's backing them up and an energy that's backing them. That's generational wealth to me. Like, we don't have that. Like, it don't even be another person. It just be one person raising however many kids that they have, and they in survivor mode and they got to work. Like, that's really the big thing, is getting our people out of survivor mode. And I feel like having knowledge itself will help you get out of survivor mode, because the only way you can get out of survival mode is doing something that you excel in without effort. So once you understand what that is, what your groove is, and your foundation is safe, I feel like so you can see how it's great. You gotta get to the core of things. Like, you have to feel safe in your environment. You have to feel safe in yourself to be able to thrive. So when we talking about survival mode, we need to make sure that, like, our finance, like, we're stable. I think about. Go ahead.
No, I was saying, you know what you remind me of? So I remember watching this video of the Black Panther Party and how back during then, they had the little kids, and it was one person teaching them, but it was a whole group of us feeding them, teaching them about self. You know what I'm saying? And I remember watching this video where they were teaching them about Africa and all this good stuff. And you remind me of that value system that we used to have. As we all know, what happened afterwards and whatnot. But it was that community, like you said, that foundation. And it was a group effort of black men and black women coming together, teaching our youth, feeding them, and giving them their basic necessities. Like you said, taking out survivor mode, because if I can feed you, clothe you, take care of those things, healthcare, then you have the ability to learn on a higher level, because your basic needs are being taken care of. And you're not in survivor mode. And I think a lot of times that is a deterrent or a hindrance in our learning abilities, because if I'm worried about how I'm going to eat, if I'm worried about this and the other, I can't learn.
No, that's
I can't
real.
Function, you know what
like
I'm saying?
I'm in survival mode right now. Like, I had, like, even a leader, like a person who so-called call themselves a leader that wants to save the neighborhoods or the world. Like, you gotta be good. Like, you can't be giving from an empty cup. That's something I learned. Like, and I feel like we are the first ones, like, really want to provide to our community, because we see something that is lacking. So we often do come from a empty cup, because it's something, I don't know, I feel like it's just something so. First of all, it's not something that you can change. You can't help, because you can't really help nobody. You can only give them the tools to help themselves, and I hope that makes sense. But it's like we don't have the resources to help these people that we see that we need to create change around. Yeah. Does that make sense?
No, it makes sense. Let me ask you this. So how do you? Because
that's what I'm trying to figure out.
You trying to figure out? Okay.
I'm trying to figure out what's your question?
No, I'm gonna ask you. I was like, how do you pour back into yourself? Because I know you pour into so many people.
That one.
How do you replenish yourself? You know what I'm saying? Because I know that is something that happens to a lot of our leaders. Whether it be if you do this, you do that. If you lead, how do you replenish yourself in those moments when you're pouring yourself out into others?
Well, I learned that you can't give nothing that you don't have. So, okay, that's as simple as that. And you start off, you start off with like an empty cup. And I feel like you learn that along your journey, however you feel you need to save the world.
Yeah.
But you can't give from an empty cup. You gotta make sure your stuff is good.
Yeah.
Like even for myself right now, like out of all the things I do, like I do a lot of things. I'm a mother, okay?
Yeah.
I have goals and creations I want to bring into fruition, and I can't do that if I'm trying to help other people.
Yeah.
I gotta make sure I'm financially stable. I gotta make sure I'm mentally there. Like I said, I just told you I was sick. I'm glad we had this week because I was sick for 2 weeks, and I felt like that was just my body shutting down because I needed to take a break. So I'm taking a break so I can make sure that I'm good. So whatever I feel like. In the world, I'm gonna be able to do that from a healthy mindset at least. So you gotta just take care of yourself. And that's hard because a lot of times we struggling out here. We don't have the support. We don't have the family, and around us that can be there for us when we need it. So I feel like that's the hard part is how do we strengthen families where there's a village where. Like, I just feel like when I think about a person who stay in a nice mansion. They got problems too, but they're quality living a life. Like, they don't have to worry about water. They don't have to worry about food. They don't have to worry about, like, I don't think they have to worry about the bare minimums. Like, we worrying about the bare minimums out here. Like, a lot of leaders out here is worrying about, like, they are lacking in with the bare minimums, and you can't really do too much when that is not grounded within.
You being stressed in.
Yes.
No, absolutely.
So you gotta focus on yourself.
No, listen.
That's what I keep hearing.
And like I said, we have had a lot of great leaders, and like they've all have gone through a struggle where once again they've been stressed in. And when them being stressed in, they get overwhelmed, they get stressed. And a lot of people, they said they literally given up, but thank God that so they keep pushing forward. So my question to you, what keeps you going in those moments? Like, you know what I'm saying? What keeps you motivated? Because once again, I know it's not easy.
No, it definitely ain't easy. I got children. I'm a mother.
Yeah, right.
Simple as that. Like, going outside. I like to be out in community. I see stuff that make me sad. I want to keep going. Like, keep going. Like that could be many things. Like, continuing my business, or continuing to want to be nice to people, or have integrity, or being a mother. Like, I continue because I feel like that's just something that needs to be done. I don't know, it's just natural to me.
Yeah. No.
I don't even know if that sounds cliche. It's just.
I'm about to say that it's not cliche because like I said, some people got it, but some people might not. But the fact that you have it, but the fact you got it, we need it. You know what I'm saying?
I want to know why people don't got it.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. There's been some days I'll be like, I ain't got it.
What you like, ambition? That's what you mean, like to keep going?
I'm talking ambition and just have the energy to, what I'm saying, to get up in the morning. I ain't gonna lie to you. There's been some days I'll be like, I'm gonna just stay
and when you have those days, you don't do nothing. You don't. That's something I just learned when I was sick. Like it's things I need to do. I shouldn't be here right now. I should be handling business. No, this is business, but I'm just saying, it's things I need to be doing, and my body said no. So just listen to your body. You got to take care of your body.
I don't be listening. I'm sorry, body. I don't be listening.
I don't listen sometimes either, but when you force to listen, then you start to learn to listen. So listen to your body for real, and that's in anything in life. That's something I learned. Like, we on the entrepreneur podcast. Like,
hey, listen, it's real conversations.
And I think that's what make your show dope. I had to learn. Hey, what was I about to say?
No, you good. You good.
Listen to my intuition. Yeah, listening to my instincts, my gut feeling. So when you're listening to my body, that's what I wanted to say. Like, I had to learn that whatever my body telling me is, you need to listen. That's as simple as that. Just listen to it. About a person, about not going somewhere, about not doing something. Like, listen. And I'm still learning.
I'm so used to not having this, y'all. I promise. Like, I promise you. I'm so used to, like, not having, now I got my baby back.
I get it. I'm glad. No, I really want you to use that.
No, I appreciate it. I got so used to not having it. I'm like, because y'all know, I be in interviews, and I be soaking it all in. So I be taking it in. So I just be like, I be, in my head, I be hitting it. But then I got it now, so I can do this now.
I really just want to make sure I paint a picture before I leave here, like what I'm really, like what I'm really about. I I'm the founder of a nonprofit, Ashley B Childhood Advocate, and it took me a minute to identify what that was really about. Yeah. But I know I initiated because I wanted to help children, and I wanted to help children to identify their superpowers, like they dope, like. Kids so fucking dope out here. Like, our kids are so dope out here. And they so, like, underserved. We breadcrumb them like they ain't the rawest people out here. Yeah. Like, we got to invest in them. So, I don't even know where I was going with that. But let's talk about it. Like, for real, like, advocating for your inner child. Like, that's part of, what I'm part of my goals is to advocate for their inner child, because your inner child, again, you go through something and it hurts. And if you don't go through your life with, therapy or some support system or somebody feeding into you, you carrying that hurt little you around, and it's going to carry into your adult life and into your relationship, all that stuff, and it's not going to be pretty because you haven't handled it. So I want to help youth, all ages, all right? And I want us all to be that spiritual God person in the hood, all right? To be there for the kids, to teach them, to love them, to give to them, to help them heal, because everybody's going through something, and I think it's more children out here that's going through stuff than these adults, okay? Yeah. So just being there for them, and then also helping them to learn that what they believe, you can believe it. Because I feel like kids, they're not being listened to. Like, they have so many ideas, they have so many talents. They're crying out right now, and nobody's listening to them. So I really want us to pay attention to how's the children. Like, there's definitely it's a saying, like, you could tell the status of the community by how the children are doing. Look at the children in your community. How, like, they're not doing good. Like, they're not doing good. And it's our job, our responsibility as parents, as residents, as teachers, as whoever, to get our shit together so we can be there for them.
No, that's good. And I love how you see the inner child, because I don't think a lot of people take into consideration that we all got them. And it's so funny because I seen this quote that said, like, you'll be surprised at how many people are grown, but they still, the inner child is one that's making decisions, walking around or whatnot, disguised as an adult. You know what I'm saying? But because we not learn how to use or utilize our inner child, you know what I'm saying? Because we all got it, you know what I'm saying? But just know when to use it and when to pull back, and And I love how you said it, and I love what you advocate for, because once again, I don't think enough people advocate for kids.
And I'm just learning this stuff. I ain't know about no inner child. I ain't learning about it. I didn't know a lot. I didn't grow up knowing all this stuff. I'm seeing the number 8 right now. I just seen the number 8. Like, I don't know what you know all I do, but I do a lot of things. I'm a spiritual.
Let's talk about it.
Like, I'm really, like, and I don't want to say it like it's a title. It's really an energy, the spiritual godmother in the hood. Like, I know I'm gifted. I went through what I had to go through in life, and you asked me that, but some things is just, I'm not, sometimes you're not ready to share with other people, but I've been through a lot of things. We all got skeletons in our closet, and I went through that with a kind heart. I feel like we all got kind hearts, but I'm gonna focus on me right now. That's what helped me get to this point where I'm more aware of who I am and the gifts that I have. So I do tarot. I'm a spiritual guidance counselor. My whole purpose of what I do is to really, like, connect with an individual so they can connect with themselves. You know what I'm saying? So that's
How so?
What's the name of the episode now?
We got a couple choices. Don't worry, we got a couple
Okay.
choices, but I love that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I do a lot of things right here.
No, I love it. You know what I'm saying? So connect with individuals so they can connect with themselves. I think that's a
we have to. We're not connected with ourselves. We so disconnected with ourselves out here. It's so sad. And I feel like I do believe everything happens for a reason. Again, you got to go through things. So life is a lesson.
Yeah.
Like we all, I believe that we all came here with a lesson to learn.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to go through that lesson. I just feel like some people, I don't want to say that because I don't know how a person gonna learn their lesson, but a lot of times you believe you see people like that's out on the streets and strung out on the drugs like, dang, you ain't gonna never learn your lesson. You never, but I don't know that, so I don't want to take that from them. But I do believe we come on here to learn who we are, and to be our highest self. So,
that's good stuff right there. And I just, once again, I feel like everything, not everything, but I feel like everything you do kind of is connected. You know what I'm saying? As far as with the kids, learning more about yourself, connected to the parts of you that's disconnected. I think these are all great aspects. And once again, that a lot of us that like us don't take advantage of or learn more about. We just go through this life just doing whatever, and before you know it, something happens or circumstance happen, and before you know, we're lost. And out of that lostness comes the drinking, comes the, you know what I'm saying, the things that we get drawn to that make it even more lost, you know what I'm saying, versus looking within. Not looking within, but like I said, get connected, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to you, by the way.
shout out to you. Thank you.
No. Yeah, listen, I'm so used to not having this, y'all. I'm sorry. I gotta get back to having my baby, because you know what I'm saying? Because drop them bombs. So, actually, she's a fan of the show, so she already know what I'm about to ask her next. I'm gonna ask her some of these staple joints or whatnot. We talk about the past, talk about the future. What is coming up next for you? What we got? What you got? What project you working on? What can we see more of Ashley be doing?
Right now, I'm learning how to be my authentic self.
Come on,
be
now.
real with myself, and so I can make sure I'm collaborating with authentic people. I believe during my entrepreneur and my journey in general, relationships, love, all that type of stuff, I learned that I wasn't being myself. I didn't know who I was. So, again, you carry that hurt person, that hurt little you, your hurt inner child, and it shows up in your relationships. So I'm just learning right now to live off of my principles. When I feel something or I know something that's not right, so just listen to my gut instinct. So I do have a book that I'm writing right now. I'm supposed to be writing, so let me be honest. I took a break. It's called Boppin' Panty Dropping, so I'm working on that. I'm about to be working on that so I can get that book finished. I do have a children's book that I want to learn how to push out and get, to more children. I want to get it in the schools. I feel like the schools should pay for the books so we can pass out the books to the kids, come and read to the kids. So, and then, invest in my children. They are dope.
We'll talk afterwards, because you know what I'm saying? I got a couple ideas when you said that or whatnot, because we'll talk afterwards or whatnot, okay? Because I love the whole thing of having a book or having a course to give the kids that's different from the curriculum they're already used to. Once again, arithmetic, reading, they got that, but do they have enough material or enough education on how to get connected to themselves? So that's what's up. So we need that, Ashley. So that's what's up.
I want to work on that too. I just want to make sure I get my stuff together. I want to know more about real estate. I own a house, so connecting with people that can help me get my house fixed up.
Yes, ma'am.
So I put that out there for you. But ultimately, learn, connect with real individuals that want to invest in children.
Yeah. Okay.
And that really want to invest in children that I feel like I can invest with.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
And we're going to get you connected with them people, because I know you watching.
I'm going to get connected to those people.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And don't worry, because if anybody wants to connect with Ashley, we're going to have in the show notes. You already know we're going to get you connected. For all my ladies, people who where can I get connected to Ashley? It's going to be right in the show notes, by the way. So, okay. So, and like you already know what I'm going to ask you next. The stable question of the show, the question I like to ask everybody, because everyone asks this question uniquely, and I know you're going to hit me with some fire tonight, by the way. But, like y'all already know, this podcast was built off of the notion of Cleveland not being able to come together, right? But Ashley's a perfect example of what happens when we collaborate with each other. But my question to you is, how in your opinion, can we change that stigma? Can we change that stigma of Cleveland not being a place of collaboration or people come together?
I will first say people do collaborate in Cleveland.
Come on now.
They do collaborate. I feel like individually, again, you have to learn. You're learning about yourself. Especially for those like myself who feel like people don't collaborate. You may feel like people don't collaborate because things don't work out or they got a gang over here. I don't know. I feel like people don't collab. People do collab, but you have to find the right person, the right people to collab with. Collabing with people in general is like dating a person. You can't just, I learned that you can't jump head in and build with a person. You have to get to know a person, and I'm real big on integrity and principles. So you learn that over time. You see that in a person because a person is not really who they is at first. Okay, so that's really right take your time to get to know who you collaborate. It is some fuck niggas in Cleveland, so you gotta be careful who those people are. I feel like you just meet those people just to learn to be a better you. So I had to learn don't hold no grudge because some people, I'll be one to, but I thank those people because without those people, I wouldn't know what to look out for and, building with other people. So I hope that makes sense.
No, that makes sense.
But people do collab. It just feel like people don't because we be collabing with the wrong people. So heal yourself so you can connect with the right people, all right? Hey.
That's what
I came on here to say.
No. I love that because, you know what I'm saying? I love how you said you put an analogy. Let's date a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Date a long time.
Date a long time.
No, people weird out here. Like,
yeah. You said off the cuff. We are into the joint. You know what I'm saying? We to the
and just know when you connect with those people, it's something within you that you gotta identify. So I ain't gonna blame it on just people in general. Like it's something I had to boss up. I had to respect myself more, so I don't attract those type of people. And that's what I see. People get used and manipulated out here. So everything happened for a reason.
No, that's good stuff. That's
good.
Don't worry, I won't get your bottle for it's all said and done.
Appreciate that.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so all right, so we talked about that. Let's talk about you already know the legacy question I'm gonna ask you. As y'all know, and you always watch the podcast, I like to ask every guest this question because you know what I'm saying? Nipsey Hussle, shout out to him and his family. I know he passed away, but before he passed away, he had a great interview where he talked about the things he wanted to accomplish, and not only did he accomplish things, he exceeded those things. So my question to you actually be, what do you want your legacy to be for you, the individual, but then everything connect to you, the child care, the advocacy, all the nonprofit, what do you want the legacy to be?
Well, first and foremost, I want my kids to know that they good out here, that they can create whatever they want in their life. I want to continue to pass that baton on to my children so they can be that light for just the energy to be out. The energy gonna be here regardless because my baby's out here. But making sure that I provide them the information, the education, the resources, just that that direction, that infrastructure. I like to use that word so they can be able to travel safely out here. Another one is just anybody I connect with, I just want to know that you can be whoever you want to be. You just got to be who you got to be what you want to be. So, I really want children to know that what they believe in and what they know and what they feeling that's not right. Because children know, like, I feel like children, like, they looking at us like, what is y'all doing out here? I want them to know that their voice is strong, and I want them, if they connect with me, I want them to know that they have the right to speak truth into existence. So, and I want them to know that they can be whoever they want to be.
That's good. That's great.
Anybody.
No, that's good right there.
No,
listen. And this, as you are a podcast head like myself, I feel like to market any good interview, any great podcast, this should be 3 takeaways.
This is my favorite part when people.
Right. My question to you, because you've been dropping bombs left and right. What do you feel like should be 3 takeaways someone to take away from your interview tonight?
So I ain't bring my daughter. She gonna have to come up here too.
Okay,
but one thing I do get nervous when I talk to. I don't like. I'm a better writer than a speaker.
You did
I learned that, but I think you like that too. That's why I feel like I connect with you. But my daughter, she told me, she said, just be yourself. So, and that made me feel good. I feel like my affirmation is words of encouragement. So I want to spread a word of encouragement just to be yourself, okay? Simple as that. And if you don't know what being yourself is, go identify what that look like and what that feel like. So definitely be yourself. And that's connected with loving yourself. So love yourself. Listen to your intuition. Your intuition will never lie. That's something I really learned, that it's not gonna lie. Okay, so if you feel like something ain't right, something ain't right. If something feel like it's a go, it's a go. You will know. And number 3, I would say. Number 3, what would I say?
Come on, you been dropping the ball, right?
I got a lot of them.
I know you talk about education. You talked about
that's what I'm thinking. I want to say protect the youth, and it's not just the youth, it's the youth in general. Protect the youth within you, your inner child. Protect all that. Just protect that young energy, because they are the future. So if they're not protected, then that lets you know what the future gonna look like. So
come on now.
Protect the youth. I feel that in my heart. That's what I really want people to know, is to protect the youth. So protect the youth and the youth inside yourself.
Ashley, this has been a good episode. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? Like this been a long time coming. You know what I'm saying?
Things happen.
Hey, listen, things happen with you. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate it, because most people, they be like, man, I ain't never come back and pull up. Like, dang, we, you know what I'm saying? We human too. You know what I'm saying?
Dang, why they say that?
Man, listen, we have some people, but once again, like you said, we don't hold grudges. You know what I'm saying?
People I'm talking about,
Yeah. But we appreciate you working with it, and once again, y'all, Ashley, she be checking me in the comments, y'all. But I love her authenticness and her honesty, because she lets me know, hey, we slipping. You know what I'm saying? We lacking. And
message delivered.
Message delivered. But once again, it lets I love it, because once again, it makes us level up, though. You know what I'm saying? And it helps us create a better podcast for people who watch it. And I believe, once again, you want to talk about mission and all that good stuff. This podcast is, I feel like, ministry, mission, whatever purpose is needed to be here. You know what I'm saying? And thank you for everything that you do and whatnot. And I thank you for coming on today. And lastly, the most important question of the whole podcast: where can people reach you? Where can they learn more about you? Where can they help get your mission out there to the people?
Okay, so you can follow me on Instagram. I have 2 pages. My child advocate nonprofit, Ashley B Childhood Advocate, is Ashley B _ Childhood Advocate. How you can support me in that area is if you really want to put our heads together to figure out how we really can like make things happen in this city, like really DM me and I will reach out to you. Serious inquiries only, okay?
Don't DM on no trash, man.
No, and I feel like I'm protected anyway, so if you really own that, please DM me about that. We got a children's book. You can follow me also on Ashley B _ that's me. I do tarot and oracle readings. I'm a spiritual godmother in the hood. My whole mission is to guide you to gain an introspection of yourself. You are your own guide. That's what I believe in. I'm a guide. You can create your reality. So the more that you are tapped into who you are and you heal yourself, the more that you can create the quality living a life that you want to live. All right. Also, we got this children's book. Me and my daughter. I'm the author. She is the illustrator. It's called Dude, What's That Smell? It's available on Amazon. It's $11.11. It's a very funny and engaging book. Not even just buying it. Like if you work in a school, I want to read our books to more children. Shout out to Ms. Evans at Harvey Rice. That's one of the schools that really need some help. So y'all really want to start helping kids go to that school. But Ms. Evans brought me in there to read to some of their kindergarten kids, and they love it. All kids love it. So I would like to read our book to more kids in our city and let them know that if they are creative and they can draw whatever, they can do the same thing. And that's about it. Oh, my email. Don't email me. Just no, some people don't have Instagram. So my email, Ashley B childhoodadvocate @gmail.com.
Okay. And by the way, for anyone who's just lazy, it'll be in the show notes, so you don't have to go searching. So you watch the episode, go on the show notes, and it'll be right there for you. Okay. So no excuses. Okay. As we appreciate you. It's been a great interview. And listen, like, we gotta have you back, by the way. You know what I'm saying? We're working on a couple things. We'll talk about that after the show.
Okay.
All right. But guys, we want to thank you. Yes, you, the person listening to it, the one person watching it. Or not one person. I mean, the people watching it. We want to thank you because you guys are watching it. Yeah, because
you that one person, comment below.
Yeah. No, listen. No. I just I do want to talk about y'all because literally.
Share reading on me.
Yeah, listen.
Comment below.
That's what's up.
I'm sorry.
No, you good. Because, listen, we just hit 8,000 subscribers on YouTube, guys. Listen, I literally text these guys. I was like, y'all, we got 8,000 for the 2023 rollout. And we got there. And because of you, yes, you, the person watching this, because y'all let us know. Y'all like, you know what I'm saying, watching great stories like Ashley's, like the many people we had on before. So we thank y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, and then we got to pay some bills. This is what I do want to talk about, guys. So, Q1, quarter one, we are dropping a 5-week mentorship program. If you want to create your podcast from conception to actual monetize on YouTube, we're going to show you. That is dropping for my birthday, January 7th, guys. We're dropping that joint. Yeah, that's right, Caps all day. Because once again, this is episode 163. That's 163 episodes. We can show you how you can start your podcast with as little as less than $100 to get started today. If you're real estate agent, if you're a hairstylist, whatever industry you're in, just like websites were the thing, just like social media was the thing, we believe podcasting is that thing. They help you create content, help increase your influence, and help expand your brand, okay? So listen, watch for that to drop. The birthday's coming up soon, so it's coming soon. So yes, please get that when it drops. I think that's everything, guys. Did I miss anything, y'all? Did I get everything? Any other announcements? No? If not, by the time you guys watch this, we're going in 2024. But we want to thank you for watching with us, for rocking with us, and making this a great year for the podcast. It's been extraordinary, and we can't thank y'all now. So until next time, y'all, we see y'all then. Peace.